Hello there, welcome to Freddy and the 8th for 2022. Got any Brookvale Oval yarns? Like from playing Manly, any games stand out?
So I was playing for Penrith and we were late and Gus used to drive us on like a 20-seater...
Gus drove?
Gus was driving on a 20-seater van. So we're late for the game, we're getting dressed in the van. He's doing Pittwater Road at 80 k's on the inside lane and we're like getting thrown around the back, putting our gear on. We get out, so we get I reckon 30 minutes before the game, 30, 40 minutes. So we're dressed, straight in the sheds, there we go. Win.
You won?
Yeah, we won.
Why is Gus driving?
Just always drive us.
What? That's bizarre.
I don't know if he had a licence. And then on the way back, everyone was just getting thrown off the boat in the middle of the ocean.
What about the tours used to have big men versus little men, where you used to wrestle offs and turn into a stick?
So you drive from Paris down to the south, and it was like an 8-hour drive, and you barely got off the bus. So the floor was just full of cans, and so they'd stop in the middle of the forest and have a big man fight versus little man. And so I was like, the cutoff was like 100 kilos. So I was on the big man. So I was with Mal, and all the big men sitting. They weren't fighting. So Blocker and Ciro, they were sitting there laughing. And
When you say fight, what do you mean? Like,
it's just a heavy wrestle.
Right.
But it turned into a feud.
Pretty violent. Pretty violent. You're in the middle of the forest. You've been drinking for 4 hours.
Blood, cuts.
Oh, well, John's...
The original outball.
The original outball's in there just trying to cause havoc. Mal is just like Alfie, he's just going... just throwing them off.
Door throwing.
Just spinning, rolling off. And then Johnsy's come in for the attack. And Mal's like hooked him, and then Sarge has come from the bleachers and hit him in the back, like level, and just cut him in half. And Johnsy's just crying.
Last one I went to was Man City v Man United. We went over for Brian Carney's wedding. And myself, a mate of mine, Daggy, Bedsy and Bedsy's missus, we go to watch Man City. So my connection's through Nike, I got the seats. Anyway, I'm in like the owner's sort of suite area. So anyway, this bloke comes up and he goes, this is one of our most famous soccer players. I said, all right, how you going, mate? I can't remember his name. And he goes, yeah, look, that's his grandstand there. I went, imagine having a grandstand name like that. Bedsy's like,
Daggy.
You're a dude.
Daggy with a buckle.
Daggy was over in the corner talking to the... I'll just leave that. And Butsy.
Butsy loves headbutting.
Oh,
he used to stand at 5'8", you just go, oh. Just watch him, oh.
When he used to pack in with his hooker, pack in first, he'd go, give me your head, put it next to mine. Hooker would go like that, so there was no gap, and he'd just spear. And then the noise just go, oh.
When you go back and watch like the 70s and 80s, even, I can't imagine what they were like earlier, the scrums. Like, they'd wind up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
Any excuse to go back into the archives and have a look at some of our talent eating on the job, particularly Gus. Remember he devoured that pie and... Gus's hot dog. It did not stand a chance, that hot dog.
Watch your fingies.
Look at the big dog go.
Oh.
My gosh.
What about your hair?
Look at the Fred Astaire.
How's the salad?
And the teeth.
That's it, Samuel.
Ah, very good. Well, the Fox has enlisted some high-powered help to try and promote his new fashion label. Have a look.
You promise?
Hey guys, look who I'm with.
Peter Overton.
Let's trot, bro.
Let's drop, bro.
That's it. Much love, bro. I'm in.
Let's trot, baby.
Mate.
How good is it? Gus?
We need to get his marketing advice on. Let's put Gus in some less trot gear.
You know how the gangster raps is it P. Diddy or someone big?
P. Diddy, yeah.
What would Gus's be?
Gus.
Oh.
Later.
P. Gussie.
G. Gould.
Let me have a think. Gus.
No, Gus.
To run out and to see the atmosphere, is that me?
What are you reading there?
Oh, who's massaging?
What's this? Hey, John's little pre-gamer.
Oh, Tootsie. Not strong enough.
Strong boy.
Good stuff. Who's that? Is that Jimmy Dimmick?
They're the cards.
So when we used to warm up, right, So our warm-up when I first started would have been you'd stand there and touch your toes a couple of times, and then the forwards and that would stand there just like with some pads, and they just start wailing into pads. And literally, there'd be 5 or 10 minutes of that. By the time they were running out,
Screaming.
they were just frothing, just like they were ready to fight someone because most first scrums were a fight.
Joey, what happened here on the weekend at Magic Round? Of all the wild and wonderful things that have happened across the weekend, this is the weirdest.
We're up on the panel and this lady was yelling out that I've got a tattoo of you on my hip. So I said, oh, okay. And she pulled the strides down and there's a picture of my head. And then alongside that, it's a picture of me skateboarding down Hunter Street. So coming out of the ground, she saw me and she pulled the strides down again, and I got out and I signed it.
Nice.
And she was
tattoo?
and then she was going to get the signature tattooed on her leg.
They are crazy.
I've actually seen a couple of people around Newey in the time have got that picture of me skateboarding. One bloke's got his whole hamstring done. And I saw him.
Cool photo.
And he goes,
It is.
he goes, I've got second thoughts. I said, mate, that's not good. Actually, I heard a funny story yesterday. Gordon was telling me where Wendell, Wendell used to get tackled and he'd go like that before he got up. So he got up and went like that and he hit Ian Roberts in the face.
Uh-oh.
And Ian Roberts just skitched and went like that. And Gordon came over like that and Ian Roberts went, no, Gordon. And Gordon went, you're on your own, Wendell.
Did he hit him?
I chased him. I think Wendell just beep, 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 beep.
We've heard about the sprays when you were younger. Give us one that had the desired effect, like made you go better, got cut to the point and
Well,
had
the one where
had a positive effect.
I was a kid, where I come home fat, and he just sat there and just said, "You're a big head. This is how your career could look. This is how it also could look." And from there, I just went every single day. I had to go and train at Mount Druitt, and just trained every single day until I got my weight down. The other one was a good one. Was when I was captaining at the Roosters, like the late '90s, and I was saying to Ronnie, a few of the players were saying, mate, we're getting hammered, like I'm sore and I'm a bit busted and all that. And I went to our trainer, Ronnie Palmer, and said, oh no, the blokes are sort of, just saying they're a little bit sore in it. So anyway, I'm sitting at home watching TV and I get this phone call. Gus, hey mate, how you going? When you're the coach, you can make the decisions, blah, 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 blah. About 10 minutes later, I went, good point, right, eh? We'll just do what we're told. I've got one good Ian Roberts to talk about of violence. Yeah. We're playing a French team, and Bozo used to always say, you know what, no fighting, just you got to cop it, let's just win and get out of here. So we get to half-time, and they're just being that dirty. They're just like, just bashing us.
What sort of stuff we talking?
Oh, we're talking elbows, punches, knees, like it was violent in those days. And so we got to half-time, Bozo goes, that's it. If anything happens from now on, retaliate.
So was Blocker there?
Yeah, they were all there. So we go out there. Anyway, this bloke, he's huge. He just hits Ian Roberts. And then for some reason on the ground, Ian Roberts grabs him by the head and just goes down. Hits him about, I reckon, 5 times flush in the head. I'm sitting there going, and then this little dude, well, that's the end of that story, but he just bashed him. It was like,
Who was your best teammate to party with? Oh dear.
There's plenty. Ben Kennedy was fun because he had an alter ego, Ken Bennedy. When Ken Bennedy came out, it was fun.
What's Lockie's alter ego? He was fun, wasn't
Daryl. Yeah, he was fun. Oh, he was fun. You know what we should do in commentary? Give him 6 beers before he goes on. I mean, far more entertaining. Lockie used to do this impersonation of, is it Jimmy the chicken?
Jimmy the chicken, the rooster.
The rooster.
The fighting cock.
We'll just leave it.
he?
He would actually go in and be the rooster, the fighting cock.
How'd it go? Like, what sort of stuff would it?
I will do it off air.
Okay.
I don't remember walking around Barcelona and Lockie went and grabbed some soccer gloves, some keeper's gloves and a ball. And he's
He's busking.
in the middle of Barcelona, he's got people kicking to him, he's saving goals down the Rumbler, down the middle of the Corso. Set goals up and there's Lockie. You win money if you score a goal against Lockie.
Oh, that's too
Oh, that was a good trip.
That's the kind of stuff we're looking for on this
That
great
was
show.
such a good trip.
I tell you, enjoyed Magic Round was my brother. I saw him Saturday night. Did you see him when he came in the box?
Yeah, I could smell him.
Flying?
Ah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Ken Benedict. He had an all. Oh, yes.
Oh, that's right. Did he have an headlock? Bob Hawkins come up?
Bob Hawke and a Kamal smashing it
One of the best ones was Moose's.
at Townsville.
Is it
So
after
the
a test match?
Mooseheads?
Must
Yeah,
have
it
been
was a test match. I think we played PNG or
Yeah.
something. So we're at the bar, and next thing there's someone up on the bar nude with the moose's head on.
It was Ken Benedict.
It's Ken.
Oh, fair.
What a good man.
Bill Harrigan.
Gus.
Oh, Gussie. Speaking of lewd content, Footy Show Classic time. Here you go.
Start the straining. Upside down! He's gone ballistic.
I'm going to give you the controls and I want you to roll the aeroplane.
You gonna tell me what to do?
Yeah, Roger D. Roger D, mate. Pull the nose up slowly. Up, up, up. Full stick left, left, left. Take it left. Roger D, I have the controls. Thank you.
What about that?
We flew out of Bankstown, straight over to Penn River, and then straight up to Warragamba. So we got up to the dam in like about 7 minutes or 4 minutes. We got up there, and then when we went into the sky, he gave me the controls and that.
Oh,
Can you believe he did that?
Yes.
Can you believe he did
Can you
that?
believe your coach let you do it?
Because we did a spin, and you saw the water come down, and I sort of said, how'd you do that? And he goes, oh, here, you can do it. He said, just pull back and then go to the left. Bang.
So what sort of a plane's that?
A MiG, a MiG-16, like an old war plane. I think it was a Russian plane. F-16 maybe.
I don't think it was a Russian plane.
It was.
Was it?
Yeah, well, I think it will.
I don't think we get a Russian plane in the country anymore. It'd be bugged.
Yeah.
How are the Roosters going?
3 o'clock, I'm up, just going like that. 3 o'clock, the Roosters are going off.
Have you got a name for it? Is one of them Politis?
No, there's about 20 of them apparently.
So Politis, Ronnie Cute.
Anyway. So yeah, the Roosters are going off, so I was lying there, I reckon, for about an hour. I couldn't go to sleep.
Sorry, did you say 3 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
I thought they're supposed to start crowing like
Mate,
at
they don't
sunrise.
stop all day. All day. Torture.
Is there hens in there too? They're trying to do their best with the hens.
Man, there's little chickens running around everywhere.
Oh, man, they love it, the Roosters.
Where do you live, on Noah's Ark or something?
Mate, peacocks come in every hour.
Oh,
Peacocks come in, you just give them a bit of water.
Jamie
Gets rid of
Peacock
them.
from England. Or Denny Peacock
Danny
from the Gold
Peacock.
Coast.
old Dr. Doodle over here. Good luck. Look forward to seeing your Origin team.
My Noah's Ark, we came home one time, come up, went in the back door, came into the bedroom. Look in the bedroom, there's a stray cat just laying on my pillow, and it looked at me. You know, cats look down at you, looked at me like, what are you doing in my bedroom? But I was scared it was going to bite me and give me
They're
rabies.
vicious. They're vicious cats.
You know that one.
Were you hung?
Hey?
Were you hung?
No.
Oh,
No,
that
not
would
at
have been
all.
a weird experience
Oh,
if you were
mate.
coming off a big night.
Coming home at 7 in the morning, that'd be a nice
I
one.
like your cat.
Who's your favourite Steelers player of all time?
No Pinchinelli.
Dean Skiffaletti? Dale Fritz? David Riola?
In the
Hey,
world
Rod
of
Wishart. I used to love
Love
watching
Rod
Wishart.
Wishart.
I love your goal kicking style.
In the world of blokes who I've seen can drink, Neil Pinchinelli would be captain, coach, gold medalist.
Really?
Oh, mate.
Where would you have been on the drink with Neil Pinchinelli?
He played with Newcastle.
Oh,
He played for a year or two. And mate, cracking bloke. He actually told me a story. It's quite good. He, when he was playing for Illawarra, he went to a mate's buck show. He said, I'll drive him around. So he ends up, they twist his arm, gets home all hours. Next day, turns up, says, sorry boys, got caught in the buck show. Blah, blah, blah. Went out and broke the club's record, made 70 tackles.
Yeah, I heard about it.
70 tackles.
Oh, it's the night before the game.
Night before the game.
Gee.
This is where men were men.
And look, this happened after. This is after they've got off air. The negotiations, in inverted commas, continued. Like both scary men. Now look, Gal's not happy. He can't hide his emotions. Gal, look at this. He's not happy at all. And poor old Cam Smith's going, what the hell have I got myself into here in the middle of them?
I'm going to declare the Fifth Amendment now. I'm not going to make a comment at all.
Shan't be commenting. Yeah. All right, we've got some shots of Cam's facials. He was like legit scared. And I understand why.
That's the best emoji.
I think he might have. I think I know what he was mouthing there.
That's the best emoji face.
Oh, here's Joey, filthy after Origin too. He's got a little smirk for you. He's good. He's good, Cam. 30 years ago.
I can't tell that
Sorry?
story.
No? Yes, you can.
So we had this trainer, remember Bruce Gulliver? Bruce, eccentric. So anyway, before a game, I might have been playing the Warriors. My brother was feeling flat. He said, "Oh, just blah blah blah, just feel a bit flat." He said, "I've got to get you pumped, ready to play." So Adam McDougall had this thing called Woodlock or Woodlawn or something like that, which you rub on. And mate, I had it rubbed on my leg one day, and after about 10 seconds, screaming, it burnt that much. Just get it off, get it off, get it off. So anyway, Bruce gets it, get all the boys in. So he gets, give me that Dukes and stuff. He gets it, just starts rubbing it all over his stuff.
What?
So next thing he's rubbing Matty, and we're all laughing at that. Matty's going, yeah, yeah. So next thing he's rubbing Matty and he just stops. Matty looks up and he goes, get an ambulance, get an ambulance. So we got him up on the rubbing table. He's nude, and the doctor's just got bags of ice on his. He's laying there nude. Next thing there's a knock on the door, and the touch judges come in. They go, "Oh, we're going to check the boots," and they're looking over there trying to. He's just going, "What's going on with this bloke?" Hey Bruce.
Oh, that's your best ever story. What did he do again?
He put it in his hands, he's going like this, everyone's like, just smears it all on him like that. Then he's rubbing Matty and he stops.
You're quite a healthy eater, so therefore hot dogs probably wouldn't appeal to you, but we're wondering if the name Joey is consistent, because this gentleman is named Joey Chestnut, and he won the hot dog eating competition.
Is he necking a Steel City?
Yeah, sponsored by Steel City. So I heard him talk about the strategy that he uses, and it's actually to separate the hot dog from the bun. You got to eat the hot dog and the bun separately, which I would have thought that would disqualify you from the competition, to be honest. But that's his tactic.
How many?
I don't know. How many do you do?
I think I saw this. I think it was 60 odd in 10 minutes.
63. That's revolting. 63.
Crack a night on the toilet. That
Oh, goodness me. In fact, I've just been told too.
You're like passing a cannonball.
Well, he wasn't the only Australian in the field, because there was another person who has great form with hot dog eating.
But the thing is, when you have a look at the contest there, they're not overly massive men.
Stop talking, mate.
Some of them might be thin.
I know.
Their Gus is into that one. Those blokes that are thin, they must have a tapeworm in their guts, like that big. Anyway, so now they're doing the best. Anyway, play the ball. Keith's marker. As I play the ball, I'm sort of walking downfield to support, and Keith goes, "Well done, young fella, you're going well." So, "Oh, thanks, mate." And relaxed, and he just went, "Douche." Hit me with a backhand right in the end of the beat. And you know I had to help me? There comes big brother Matthew flying in. Keith just goes, "Oh, nice." Yeah, Keith. I think it's South. So I asked him about it. He said, "What year?" I said, "92, I think." And he said, "I was playing at South then." So Keith, he might be there.
Keith Cole, big fan of the show.
When I first started Penrith, we used to watch the whole game.
With Cheezels?
There was no Cheezels, but I do remember we're going into the week off of the grand final, and anyway, we had a video session, and Gus called out MG a few times, and MG stood up in the video session and goes, you know, you imagine what he said. What are you just highlighting me for, you know, blah, 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 blah. Then and Gus said, well, if you don't like it, get out. So MG's got up and walked out.
Oh, no.
So MG's at the back of the room, and Gus at the front, we're all going, oh, no, don't hit him. Don't. And Gus is standing there, you know, like just all bravado. And MG just walked and eyeballed him and kept walking and left. We're just in there going, what's happening?
Just a week before the grand
We've got a grand final. We've got a grand final in 2 weeks. Yeah, it was like the week off.
Was this grand final 1 or 2?
2.
Right.
And you won.
And we won.
The NRL has bought Gambaros on Caxton Street.
Someone told me this morning. And someone said they're watching Today's Show this morning, and they said they're going to name rooms after players. And they said they're going to... They said the Joey Johns room, and Carl Stefanovic said, that's one place I want to stay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Only lunatic. Actually, I've already seen the room for myself.
So a
It's got
hotel room?
padded walls.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Can you imagine the frivolity going on up there?
Yeah. It's got a
Hey, good on it. Getting some assets.
bottomless mini bar in your room.
Oh, yes. Places you could go with that, Jared. Anyway.
Photo archive time. We might have the best Joey photo we have seen so far in season 2022. Police parking area. Now, is that actually Andrew?
Yeah. That's my blue Monaro
Right.
I used to have.
And
And carrying Maccas. So professional.
What an
I
athlete.
can't believe that's you. Look like you knocked off the radio inside the Monaro. Police parking only. Was that one of the perks of being Andrew Johnson?
Mate, I can remember I a few times walked out of a nightclub and the coppers got me and drove me home without handcuffs. So the coppers go, get in. You got to play on the weekend. I said, yeah, that's sweet, blah, blah, blah. They get in the car, I knock on the window and go, I don't ride in the back. And the lovely policeman got out, sat in the back. Oh, yes.
Oh, what a
The
life.
years before mobile phones.
Wow.
Played England in the final at Wembley.
What was the score in that?
Yeah.
Let's do that. Let's have a look back at the 94 World Cup. Very famous tournament for obvious reasons. Now, we've seen a few of our commentators, former players.
Yes, I'm thinking about the celebration after the final.
We went to this place called the Church. It's like a massive factory. It's about, 100 metres long. And then they put us on stage, and it's just cans of beer.
It was all Southern Hemisphere, so it's all Kiwis, Aussie, South African.
Right.
So we're in London after one at the next, I don't know, join us. So Sunday we're going to this church place. We're not
It goes from 8 in the morning till 12.
And this bloke was saying, you got to go. It was one of the great days.
Oh,
That photo, there's a photo of me and him in the paper, shirts off, just champagne all over us.
Oh, dude.
wow.
Did you repent your sins in the church, gentlemen?
It's too many.
Yeah. Anyway, so we asked him, Emma Lawrence went into the sheds and asked David Nofoaluma if he's thought about maybe staying in Melbourne.
They're all raving about you. Would you love to stay here long term?
No comment.
He looks happy.
He does. He does look happy. He looked happy dancing with the cheese as well in the sheds.
Oh,
They were boogieing together.
where? Oh, look at this. Doesn't matter where you go in the world, lunatics find each other. They're just drawn to each
I didn't know
other.
David
Look at
Nofoaluma
that.
was a lunatic. I thought he was quite a sensible bloke.
Look at the muscles in the back. Thank you very much.
Out at Combank Stadium, showdown for the top four, and then we're off to Allianz. The new Allianz tomorrow.
Speaking of movement, tell us about the peacocks on the farm.
Well,
Yeah.
I've got about 10 peacocks that live behind me, and they come over every morning. And the tails are out at the moment because we're just coming into peacock mating season.
Right.
So there is
And
some movement.
So I had about 20, there's plenty of movement. I had about 20 or 30 roosters, which we're dwindling down.
Yeah.
But the Peacocks are louder.
But they're not your Roosters, are they?
No.
And how are you dwindling them down?
What's
just-
the names of the Roosters?
Moving on.
Politis, Robbo, Teddy, Fifita.
Yeah.
You got a name
I
for
think there's
them?
about 6 Robbos. There's some angry ones there.
Horry.
Freddy.
So there you go. It's peacock mating season. Do they meet mates in line with the finals every year? Do they get excited about
Yeah,
the footy, or is it just
well, as soon as the weather starts warming up, so do the Peacocks.
peacocks get really fired up?
Before we get into the photo archive, you look very summery today. The spring sun has
Brought a
done
solarium.
wonders.
Oh, solarium.
I'm not orange.
Mate, the best story was,
Now,
listen,
this is the 8th Immortal
Hack that thing.
out on the waves this morning.
look
What are we
at
doing? How come we're shooting Joey on the waves? You got a camera crew stalking you again.
Yep.
Nice.
Straighten the plums.
that. Can I tell you my solarium story?
Yeah.
So we're in England, everyone used to jump into the solarium. So Tim Brasher used to use the solarium more than others, and he was very tan coming into a game, and then after the game you get undressed and go in, and because Brasher had been pulling his undies up his butt, he had a big G-string, suntan G-string mark. It was very funny.
That was a real fad for quite a while, wasn't it? The solarium.
You'd walk down the main street and the English girls would look like cans of Fanta. They were just, they'd pop and down. Hiya! There's another can of Fanta.
Oh, very funny. Now, you mentioned Basher. Before we go, the highlight of the weekend for me was Freddy's story time on the sideline at Leichhardt Oval.
That was fantastic.
There was some brutality in that game you were talking
Mate,
about.
I actually had the game, because the other one was so boring, I had the game sitting there at the bottom of the screen, and we we're actually watching that a lot. The
So
violence.
explain to the people that are watching us that didn't see the game. So it was 42-0 at half time.
It was my
so Freddy
second-
trots out his story time about his
Yeah.
first game at Leichhardt.
It was my second game of my career, and my first game, no one laid a hand on me. I sidestepped through the team, I reckon, 3 or 4 times. No one had laid a hand on me, and I thought, this is easy. And I turned up at Leichhardt, and the coach said to Matty Goodwin, he sits in the front row, he goes, first scrum, just punch block, start a fight. Let's have a softening up period. And I'm just sitting there going, really? And then the joint's packed. Off the rafters, but we were going to play them next week in the first semi-final. So,
Oh, this is 88 when they went on the
89.
run. 89, they went on the run.
And they got beat. Well, so we got beat by them in the semi, then we got beat by Canberra. And then anyway, first couple of plays, there was just brawls and blokes kicking it, Cardi coming off. He's got a water bottle. He couldn't even put it to his mouth. He was that knocked out.
Bruce
Trying to drink
Maguire
it.
hit him, didn't he?
Bruce Maguire hit him, and then Bruce Maguire grabbed me later.
Oh, no.
He scared me so much
What did he say to you?
because I sort of headbutted him. No, he punched me in the head. Like he full on give it to me.
You sort of headbutt.
And I thought, mate, it was like that, like a little cuddle.
Oh, I saw
And
that.
then, so did that come with a warning?
Remember,
Did he grab you and did
he gave me a warning.
What did he say?
He said, you do it again, I'll kill you.
Oh,
After he punched me in the head.
so good.
Oh, that was that.
When men were men. Les Davidson.
Taught me so much.
Did you say, did someone punch Ciro?
No, Jeff Gerard, what had happened, this was after Cardi got knocked out. So Jeff Gerard just wombles up and the referee blew the whistle and he just sort of went like that. So Jeff Gerard's 34, like at the end of his career. And anyway, Ciro just went bang, bang, just knocked him straight out.
Murray, please get the edits and put it on the end of this.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Put some
It's got
barneys
it.
on.
yeah, absolutely. It was amazing. They beat us pretty convincingly. We went all right in the semi. They had a good side.
So, this is great. Why do we worry about this other stuff? Like,
That was such
that
a
would have
good
been a bloodbath at Leichhardt
Oh.
back in the day. Like, the fans would have been...
Wayne
rabid.
Pearce, Ed Med, Ciro,
Now,
Blocker.
forget the team. What about the fans? Were they just nuts?
Just
Fans, the worst fans were at Western Suburbs, at Campbelltown.
Or not Lidcombe? Camp.
No, Campbelltown.
So the year after we played in the semi there, all in brawl. So I wasn't playing. Brandy and I were sitting on the sideline. So we've nearly jumped. It was that bad.
Yeah.
So it's an all in brawl.
Oh.
Anyway, so they've sent MG off or sin bin him. So MG's come up the tunnel, and a bloke's leaned over and hit him with an umbrella. So MG is trying to climb up over the thing, trying to bash this bloke, and then ended up going in, tore the whole dressing shed apart. Mate, went in there. I was just like, a cyclone had gone through there.
What was your experience in Western Suburbs?
I can remember there was we must have had some tries scored against us the same spot. And this young bloke was screaming obscenities at me. Then I turned around and said, mate, can you F off? And he went, pulled out one of those flick knives.
What?
You know those,
Oh
those
my
flick
God.
knives? Yeah, come on, pretty boy. What, he's got a knife? That's not a knife. Yeah.
Crikey.
Yeah.
Bit of a different yard, wasn't it? I wasn't expecting it to go down that
Campbell
far.
down.
Now, Andrew's up to Townsville. Some nervous people here at the network. We're worried about liability if anyone takes the eighth immortal down up in enemy territory. So much so that we have put unprecedented security measures in place. This is Andrew's arrival at Queensland Country Bank Stadium.
That's Matt Thompson, front right.
Like, really, what is there? There's a dozen blokes there in suits. Someone comes out with a machine gun, what are they going to do? I've never seen a bigger wank in my life.
I don't think anyone's going to come at you with a machine gun, Andrew.
Maybe a
There's a
machete.
good chance they all look chunky because they've got all bulletproof
What are
stuff
they called?
underneath.
Sugar cane farmers?
Yeah. I think you'll be surprised how
Well, I
the
haven't
level
been
of
back,
affection you'll get up.
I haven't been back to Queensland since Origin 3.
Okay.
So